Hey there everybody. Today I wanted to go over this little tutorial. This is a little coding challenge I made a few months ago, and I thought it's kind of cool. A lot of people like it, and so I've been getting requests that I make this Morse code translator. So what I wanted to do is kind of show you how to do that today. I've already got this Morse code dictionary that I've made so that you don't have to type it out, and I'll just include that in the show notes. So I'll go ahead and I will define a function, and I'll just say Morse it or something like that. And I'm going to give it two parameters. I'm going to give it whatever the string is. So if I'm typing in Superman, it will go into this function. And then I also want to give it my dictionary, and I'll just call it Morse Dict for dictionary. And then I'll just print just to make sure that it's working, test it. Hello there. So now I'm going to call Morse it, and it's expecting a couple of parameters. So I'll give it a string of hi and just something random there. Cool. So we have access to that. Perfect. So now I want to create that string, and that string I'm going to do a input function so I can get the user's input, and inside of the parentheses I put in the quotation marks, and I'll just say, let's see, enter something to print out to Morse code. And so I'll pass in that string, there's string, and now I want it to print out string. Okay, so it's saying enter something, yada yada. Now it's working. I don't like my code over here, my input over here, because it just doesn't look very good. So I'm going to do a \n for next line. So if I run it again, now it's going to have me enter it down here. So I'll say Superman is cool. Now it's printing it out. Cool. So I've got my input. So now it's a matter of putting in my dictionary. And I'll include this dictionary inside of the description of the video so that you don't have to type all this out. But I just essentially just Googled like a Morse code cheat sheet. So it told me that A is dot dash, B is dash dot dot dot, and so forth. I did a few numbers, a couple of other special characters. So we'll just use that. So now I have that in place, and remember, a dictionary has this squiggly bracket, and it is full with key value pairs. So the key will be A, B, C, and so forth, and the value will be the Morse code right here, and they're all separated by commas. Okay, so now I'm going to pass it to my function. I call it Morse Dict. So Morse Dict. And then I'll print that out just to make sure that it's actually going. Cool. So there's my hi, and then there's my entire dictionary there. So of course we don't want the entire dictionary to print out, but we're just testing the code. So now I want to test to see if we can print out just a single letter. Okay, and so we're going to do a for loop. So for every letter inside of string, I want you to print just to print that letter. Okay, so if I do A, I'll print out A, so that loop is working. Let's try a couple of letters. Cool, so it's printing every single thing just like we want. Because in the Morse code, I think I just want it just to stack up on top of each other like this. I think that would be the appropriate behavior instead of just having it straight across. You can do it however you want, but that's the way I'm going to do it right now. Cool. So since that loop is working, I wanted to check to see if that letter is inside of this dictionary. And so how I can do that is I can do if the letter is inside of Morse Predict, and specifically the keys of Morse Predict, then I want you to print the Morse Predict, and I want you specifically to print out the letter if it's in there. Okay, so this is checking to see if that letter that I typed is inside of here, and it's looking specifically for the keys. So here's all the keys. Okay, so let's see. So I'll test that. Is A in there? Well, it's not going to print it out, and it's because I have these all as uppercase. Okay, so now if I hit run and do capital A, hit enter, now it's there. See that? And so it found A, it went down there. Since this ran true, it's going to print the Morse dictionary, and it's going to look at the value. And it's going to look at the value because inside Morse Predict, I did these square brackets, and it's pretty much just looking for this value right there. And so that's what it's printing. So now let's try it with a couple of letters. So A, B, C. Cool. So that's working really well. But I can't rely on the user to put in all capitals. So I'm going to make it so that they're, so whatever they typed is going to be uppercase. So I can just take the string, and whatever they put in, I'm just going to do string.upper, and this function will just simply uppercase everything that they type. So now let's test it. Now if I do lowercase ABC, it's going to loop through it, but now everything's capitalized. Lowercase a wasn't in here, and so it didn't find it. That's why it was blank. So anyways, so that's working great. Now let's test if I wanted to do some kind of sentence. So Superman is, I can type, is cool. So that worked fine. I think it would be more legible if there's some kind of spaces in between. So let's do that. So in Python, and really any coding language, if it's reading your string and it sees a space in between, it counts that as an actual character. So spaces are characters inside of strings. So I'm just going to say if that letter, so elif, if that letter is double equals to a space, then I want you to print an actual space. Okay, so let's see if that works. So Superman is cool. Cool, so now there's those spaces. So Superman space is space cool. So that's working great. Now I want to see, well, what if the user wants to put in like a super special character that actually isn't in here? So something that we can do, so I don't see a percentage sign. So let's put in a percentage sign. So percentage sign, well, it prints out as blank. I don't want this to do a blank. If there's like a special character in there that's not available, I just want it to let us know that it's an invalid character. So I'll do an else statement, just do a little catch-all. Just say whatever else you find that the user is trying to type, but it's not in the dictionary. I just want you to print, I'll use string interpolation, so I'll use F for format, the letter key doesn't exist in our dictionary, or something like that. So let's see if that works. So Superman is cool, and we'll see if the exclamation mark works, and then we'll do the percentage, or yeah, the percentage sign that's not in our dictionary. So now, go away. Perfect. So Superman is cool, and the exclamation mark did work, but it found this key, and it says the percentage sign key doesn't exist in our dictionary. So now we have this fully functional translator. So that should be it for this